Many travelers may not know that in the Forest Park Conservation Area Engineer Haji Djuanda, Bandung City, West Java Province, Indonesia, there is an interesting place that can be visited, namely the deer breeding ground. Forest Park Conservation Area Engineer Haji Djuanda was originally part of the area of the Gunung Pulosari Conservation Forest Group, which based on the Minister of Agriculture decree changed its function to the Nature Tourism Park Curug Dago on January 14, 1985, coincided with the birth of Mister Engineer Haji Djuanda. It officially changed its function to become Forest Park Engineer Haji Djuanda, which is the first big forest park in Indonesia, based on the decree of the President of the Republic of Indonesia Number in 1985. Not far from the Curug Koleang Suspension Bridge, Forest Park Conservation Area Engineer Haji Djuanda, towards the top, or about 2 kilometers from Dutch Cave, you will find a special open area surrounded by a wire fence where many deer roam in it. For simplicity's sake, if you come from the direction of Dutch Cave, after crossing the Curug Koleang Suspension Bridge, continue along the path on the left side of the Cikapundung River until you find the location. Deer, or in Latin Cervus timorensis, are native animals from Indonesia which have the status of protected animals because they are feared of extinction. These animals usually live in areas with the open ground with an altitude of up to 900 to 2,600 meters above sea level. The best place is a meadow overgrown with shrubs and trees for shade. Besides that, a sufficient supply of water is needed for their drinking needs. The 4 types of deer native to Indonesia consist of the sambar deer or Rusa unicolor, the team or deer or Rusa timorensis, the bawaan deer or Axis cooley, and kijang or Moniacus muntjac. Based on its body structure, the sambar deer has the largest size, followed by the team or deer, the bawaan deer, and the kijang are the smallest species. The most easily recognizable feature of the deer is the antler, or the so-called deer antler. Not an ordinary horn like the horn of a sheep. These deer antlers grow from living tissue in the form of solid bones, which are generally owned by male deer, which change their antlers every year. This is because deer antlers are the fastest growing living tissue on Earth. Antlers are also an important weapon for deer. With its horns, it protects itself from enemy attacks. Sometimes just seeing the horns of a predator will leave the deer alone. With the presence of antlers, deer can protect themselves from their enemies. Apart from being beneficial for the deer itself, it turns out that there are other benefits that we can take, namely as alternative medicine. Deer antlers are known to warm and strengthen the body, increase blood and mental power, strengthen muscles and bones, and relieve fatigue. Deer antlers can also cure dizziness, hearing loss, myopic eyes, bone pain, premature ejaculation, treat bladder stones and tumors or ulcers, and strengthen the womb. In traditional medicine, deer antlers are commonly used. The stag's tail, blood, fetus, and genitals are also often used.